We hope you enjoyed our opening overture by our award show orchestra under the direction of Tom Marachka with arrangements by Aaron Dusing. Today we're loving the polka life. We're celebrating the good times and the not so good times, all to the rhythm of the polka and the glide of the waltz. The polka life begins at home, and no one is more at home with the polka life than two people who came back home to get this show underway. With our official welcome, and here to perform their award-winning new song of the year, Home, please welcome from Nashville, Polka Hall of Fame Lifetime Achiever Lynn Marie and Eddie Rodick III.
Hey, how y'all doing? We are so happy to be here, and I gotta tell you, I am honored and proud to have been loving the polka life for 54 years. I know, yes, I'm that old. How about you, Eddie?
You know what, Lynn? I have actually been loving the polka life for 49 years now. 49 years.
So that's 54 and 49, that's 103, right?
That's right.
What else is that?
That's how many years Ron Slugan has been loving the polka life.
Oh, no, we love you, Ronnie, and we love all the musicians in this room. There is not a musician here who I know wouldn't give me the shirt off their back.
And if you're Dan Matilda, the hair off your head.
All right, y'all, let's get this party started.
Are you guys ready to love the polka life? 1, 2, 3!
Love is crazy, wild ride, we go round and round, side to side, it's easy to lose your way, wind up in a lonely place, but then you find that perfect soul,
welcome one of our founders and trustees, and a Lifetime Achievement recipient, musician and radio personality, Denny Bucar.
And a pleasant good day, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to say, that was the new original song by Lynn Marie E3, and he wrote it the third, and we congratulate you on that. And I also have another little secret, but before we do that, I would like to present you with your award. Nice round of applause, please.
This will go on Lynn Marie's show.
But the little secret I have, I've been keeping tabs on. 6 months, 3 days ago, they were Mr. and Mrs. in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah. And at this time, too, I would like to announce the other nominees that were up for this award, okay? And was Fred's Polka by Fritz Schertz, La Parisienne by Al Battistelli, Rapid Fire Polka by Mike Schneider, and Why Don't You by Lyle Schaefer. They were on the ballot this year, but home took it by Lynn Marie and E3. I'd like to introduce you now to our next presenter, as I welcome the Honorable Olenka Yurak.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm a new council, actually, so that's twice. I am glad to be here tonight. Thank you to Hall of Fame to preserve not only the Cleveland cultural heritage, but also Slovenian one. So, I hope you will enjoy the evening. Now, let's go to the nominees. I represent the annual awards for, of course, what else? Cultural heritage and support and promotion. And here are the nominees.
For cultural heritage, the nominees are Tony Klepper, Slovenian Society Home, Rare Hall, Euclid, Ohio. SNBJ Farm, Kirtland, Ohio. SNBJ Recreation Center, Enon Valley, Pennsylvania. United Musicians Polka Association of Pennsylvania, UPAPA.
And now the big moment. The Cultural Heritage Award 2019 goes to Polka Hall of Fame, SNPJ Farm, Kirtland, Ohio. Congratulations.
We are very honored to accept this award. We worked very hard to keep SMBJ Farm in Kirtland, Ohio going. It's non-stop, it never ends, always something going wrong. But we really, always, but we really appreciate all the people that come out and help.
And I'd just like to make a special mention. This has been our first year through here. We lost our good friend Lou Novak since the last award dinner, and it's been tough going, but hopefully we've been doing a good job in, you know, his memory and that. So, thank you very much.
Greg Volpe and Gina Volpe, executives with SMPJ Farm, and I'm Joe Valencic, president of the Cleveland Federation of Lodges, SMPJ, Slovene National Benefits Society, and we are the owners of the farm, and we have a wonderful team to bring you summer Sunday picnics every year at the farm. It's always a good time down on the farm, especially this year, our 80th anniversary, founded in 1939. Thank you.
For support and promotion, the nominees are Joe Gadina, Val Pulowski, Sharon Stadar, Joe Valencic, Pam and Jerry Zale.
And here we have the Support and Promotion Award goes to Pam and Jerry Jagar.
We appreciate the award. Jerry, you couldn't be here, but thank you so very much from one of our Hartford people in Pittsburgh. Keep the polkas pumping!
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the side video screens for a very special presentation.
Accordions made by Anton Mervar have been the most prized instruments among Cleveland-style polka musicians since the 1920s. He was also the owner of a popular music shop and brought local Slovenian artists to the attention of record labels such as Victor, Columbia, and Continental. Polka pioneers like Matt Hoyer, the Sims Brothers, and Joe Kusar built national careers with his help. Anton Mervar learned to build accordions from his father in Terboja, Slovenia, before moving to Cleveland in 1915. His diatonic and chromatic button boxes proved to be so popular that within 10 years he was shipping them across the country from a workshop and store he built on St. Clair Avenue. Mervar's Music House was the musical heart of the neighborhood with records and players, radio, sheet music, and musical instruments of all varieties. Mervar may have made as many as 1,700 accordions before his death in a car accident with his wife. Musicians consider Mervar the Stradivarius of American diatonic accordions. His instruments are still valued for their fine crafting, impressive tone, and mighty deep bass. It's hard to imagine where the Cleveland style would be without Mervar's accordions and his record industry contacts. Anton Mervar, a lifetime of achievement.
To honor the legacy of our first Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Anton Mervar, here are button boxers Wayne Golub and Dave Slick, along with Barbara Rogers.
Thanks, folks, and thank you to the Hall of Fame for this honor for Mr. Mervar. I want to thank Barb Rogers for making the arrangements in 2015 for Wayne Golub and Jerry Balish and myself to visit with Justine. When we were in the shop where these accordions were made, it was really surreal. At one point, Justine held my hand, and she said, "Please don't let my father's name be forgotten. He was a gentle man. He was a God-fearing man. He would do anything for anyone." And Mr. Mervar, we appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you.
Some 5 years ago, some of us Mervar enthusiasts formed a group on Facebook to share knowledge about Mervar accordions and Anton Mervar. And one of the members of the group was a fellow in Slovenia by the name of Matic Iskra. I was surprised to find out that Matic was actually living and was from the same city, which was Terbola, that the Mervar family was from. And when I told him that, because Matic was very interested in the Cleveland Slovenian sound, he was totally surprised. He had never heard that before. And he shortly went down to the museum, they have a town museum in Terbola, and asked what they had on Anton Mervar. He was shocked to find out that they had nothing. They had no idea who Anton Mervar was, who the Mervar family was, and that he had even made accordions. He came back with a really renewed zeal to right that wrong. And so for the past several years, we have been doing research on the memory of Anton Mervar and his wonderful instruments. I'd just like to say in a few minutes, Dave and I are going to attempt to the best of our ability to recreate the sound of the Mattia Hoyer Trio. As Mattia and Anton were great friends, and we're going to play a selection that he did in 1927 called Moj prijatelj, or My Friend. Some 30 years later, Eddie Habit re-recorded it as the Slovenian home polka. So we are doing our best to recreate for you the sound of the Hoyer Trio in a few moments. Thank you.
I've been asked to come up here and to speak on Justine's behalf. Justine and I were friends for many years. We started out early as a teenager, always, many of us going to the music store and, buying our 45s and our albums and our needles for our record players. And she would have posters and t-shirts, and I used to think, boy, she's the oldest hippie I know. But she was always so gracious and kind, and if she didn't have something that we needed, we could come back the next following Saturday, and she would always have it, because she had such a large network of contacts, and she would be able to get us whatever we needed. And then as we grew older, both of us, we got to share a lot more time together, just her and I, and she talked many times about her dad. And she would tell me stories about how her dad would work from sunup, to sundown on those accordions, and how meticulous he was, and how it was hard for anybody else to work along with him because he was just such a perfectionist. And it's funny, Justine's gone now for a couple of years, but she actually was just like her dad. Exactly like that in her personality. She was gracious, and she was kind, and she was very, pristine in how she presented herself, how she spoke, everything that she did. And I want to say that it's an honor to be here, and it was an honor to know her. And Wayne and Dave really did not elaborate too much on that visit in 2015, but I got to tell you, it was spiritual. One of them played on her dad's accordion, and one of them played on her grandfather's accordion that he made. And it was very moving experience that I'm very honored to be able to have been a part of and experience that. So thank you for having me today, and thank you for the opportunity to be part of the Mervar family.
And now, performing on Mervar Button Boxes are Wayne Golub and Dave Slick, along with Eddie Rodick III and Hank Gazelle with the Slovenian Home Polka. our next two awards. We have
Powerful voiceover mentioned. I'm born and raised in Cleveland, and I love polkas, so this is a really big honor for me to present these two awards of Button Box Individual of the Year and Button Box Performance Group of the Year. So let's take a look at the nominees.
For Button Box Artist Duo, the nominees are Patty Candela, Joe Gertman Jr., Ron Likovic, T.J. Likovic, Alex Meitzner, Rick Schurz,
And the award for Button Box Performer of the Year goes to Joe Gertman Jr.
I know most of you, my name is Rosemary Koss, and I work at the Polka Hall of Fame. I talked to Joe Gertman last week, and I want to tell you, looking out there, it's a whole lot different than it is sitting out there and looking out here. I talked to Joe Gertman last week, and he said, Rosemary, I don't think I'm going to be able to come. As you know, the Gertman family is the house band for the Opera House in Pittsburgh. He said, and they've started their holiday hours earlier this year. And he said, you know, Rosemary, I think I'm going to make it into the Guinness Book. I said, why? He said, I've been nominated 29 times and never won. So he said, I said, Joe, maybe this is your lucky day. He said, Rosemary, if I win, you accept it for me. So I'm sure he will be so grateful, and thank you, everyone.
For Button Box Group or Band, the nominees are the Button Box Divas, Fairport Janitors, Ron Likovic and Friends, Magic Buttons, Patty C and the Guys, Western Pennsylvania SNBJ Button Box Club.
Okay, and the award for this one, for Button Box Group of the Year, goes to Ron Likovic and Friends.
Here. Come on, Joey. Get up here. Danny, where you at? Oh, he's probably in the back. There he is. Frank, where you at? Oh, you're right home. That's right. Well, listen. A short story, but very true to my heart. If it wasn't for my sons and our backup, we wouldn't be who we are today. We wouldn't be able to enjoy this. Thank you to Cleveland Style Polka Hall of Fame. Thank you to everybody for listening to us. Now, my band.
And right now we do have performing Tarazinka, the daughters of the late Ron Setnikar, Shelby and Susan, along with the award show band.
Cleveland za nasz krasny weekend. Thank you for coming to Cleveland to help us celebrate our Thanksgiving polka weekend. Allentown, Pennsylvania. Can we hear from Allentown? You know, Slovenians in Allentown are known as the Windish. It's the same thing. And oh, Canada. Do we have our Canadians here? And how about New York State? Cleveland, Ohio? Polka music follows us every step of our lives. To celebrate your birth, the folk songs your parents taught you, polkas on the radio, TV, internet, in your car, dances, parties, and festivals, even your wedding, and maybe your funeral too. You love the polka life because it makes you happy. It's nostalgic. A song can take you back to a special time and place. And as Frank Yankovic sings, you can dance, dance, dance all your troubles away. No one loved the polka life more than Tony Petkosik. And we're here today because of him. As a young polka DJ back in 1963, Tony hosted Cleveland's first Thanksgiving polka event to showcase the Slovenian and Cleveland-style music he loved. Tony dedicated his life to polka music, and he revitalized the scene with his shows and events and got us to rediscover the joy of America's good time music and make polka part of our lives. Tony believed in polka so much, he inspired a group of us to create the National Cleveland-style Polka Hall of Fame, and many of us on the stage today were with Tony at that beginning. The Polka Hall of Fame is part of his legacy. He believed in the music, the performers, and you, the fans. And thank you for your donations to the Polka Hall of Fame in memory of Tony Petkosik. Colander Travel sponsored Tony's shows all throughout his career, and we're grateful to Colander for their help with this weekend, as well as Cal Elbon, Mary Kennard, and the Marriott staff. We appreciate the support of all the polka media, especially 24/7 polkaheaven.com and WINT FM 101.5 and 1330 AM. This weekend wouldn't be possible without the dedication and polka spirit of our board and volunteers, especially our Vice President, John Vukovic, and Denny Bukar, who masterminded this event. Also, many thanks to our show director, Ray Samich, and his expertise in bringing us together on this stage. Gary Ramey for the sound, Grise Audio Visual for the video and effects, and Tom Rochka, our band leader, and also Aaron Dusing for the arrangements, and Phil Herberton for the photography. Today, each of you received a souvenir program book, and I'd like to thank Linda Hosevar, Frank Morosic, and Denny Bukar for putting it together. John Hasper is our Dutch friend from Spain who works on our website and produces many fundraising recordings for us, and also polkafame.com. And thank you, Hvala lepa, to the Office for Slovenes Abroad of the Republic of Slovenia, Urad za Slovence po svetu, Republika Slovenia, for their generous grant to support our musical archives. Your support helps us in our mission to preserve and promote America's good time music. We have a membership special this week. If you sign up as a new member, you get a special reduced rate. You can also take a chance at our weekly raffle and maybe go home a winner. And of course, check out our pop-up shop around the corner for a souvenir of your visit here. And you can check us out at the historic Euclid City Hall building on East 222nd Street in Euclid, Ohio. And also our many events coming up, our Sweetheart Ball on Valentine's Day Friday next year, the Super Button Box Bash on Sunday, April 5th, Dingus Day Cleveland, Monday, April 13th, our Mother's Day Dance, Friday, May 8th, and the Slovenian Sausage Festival, Wednesday, September 16th. Hvala lepa, uživajte ta dan I ta lep program. So thank you again, and enjoy the show, and stay for more dancing this weekend. Nasvidenje. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Welcome all of our out-of-state friends, local dignitaries, local polka people, members of the Polka Hall of Fame. My name's Ray Zalakar. You probably didn't know that, or maybe some of you did. It's my pleasure to be here today. We're going to announce the first Trustees Honor Roll recipient, Ron Setnikar, the button box artist and band leader. Ron was one of the first diatonic accordion players in the upper Midwest and became popular as the Iron Range button accordion king. He grew up with Slovenian music in Biwabik. Is that correct? Biwabik? Minnesota. Biwabik? Biwabik. That sounds like something Daffy Duck would say. Anyway. Learning the trumpet and the button box and half chromatic accordions. In 1982, he organized the Polka Chimes Orchestra and later the Button Box Showcase. His recordings included some of his original songs. Ron's final album featured daughters Shelby and Susan. He was inducted into the Iron World Polka Hall of Fame in 1999. Welcome again, Shelby and Susan.
It's no coincidence our dad, Ron Setnikar, passed on National Polka Day, August 9th, 2018. There was nothing he was more proud of than being part of the Cleveland-style polka scene. He would be so happy to see his musical legacy live on in his children. We are so proud to accept this award on his behalf. Thank you.
Very nice. Our next person for the Trustees Honor Roll, Val Pulowski, Polka Gal Val, radio personality and polka promoter. Oh, hi. Val has hosted Cleveland-style polka radio shows for 25 years and has been one of the music's most enthusiastic promoters in the Cleveland Youngstown area. Little note, Val and I started at the same time. I'm much younger than her. Actually, I'm much older than her. As a polka impresario, Val has organized several polka dances each year, especially her popular holiday events at S&PJ Farm for Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and Labor Day. Wherever there's great music, wherever there's Cleveland-style music, you'll find Val the Polka Gal.
Thank you. You know, this is the hardest part of my whole job. I can talk in a soundproof room and say anything, do anything, but when I have to come in public, they were keeping me from passing out backstage, so my thanks to you guys. 25 years loving the polka life. I think I started in 1995, and my first job was to do a live remote next to a garbage can at the East 185th Street Festival, because that's where they put me, across the street from Fritz's Tavern. And I buy this garbage can, and Johnny Vennos walks across the street and said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "This is where they put me." He said, oh, well, okay. And he goes across to Fritz's, brings 6 guys over, puts chairs up, and starts a party right there. So I knew that loving the polka life started there and would continue on for 25 years. My thanks to all the wonderful volunteers for the last 25 years, Brian and Allie and Marge Clark and all the wonderful people that help us at the farm. My thanks to the farm. My thanks to Ina and Valley, who always allow me to do whatever it is we do. My thanks to AJ Height, Joe Godina, and Ray Zalakar, because without Joe Godina, there wouldn't be any polka pick-me-up, right, Joe? He produces
on a family farm, and by age 14, was good enough to start his own orchestra. Wall attracted fans with his danceable sound and developed a loyal following, especially in German-speaking communities. He traveled to ballrooms, picnic groves, and Oktoberfest across the country and appeared on radio. He helped organize Pennsylvania's Bavarian Summer Festival. In 1957, Walt recorded the first of 18 albums, 7 for Stella Records and 11 on his own Chalet label. New Christmas Songs was a top seller. It's Polka-matic earned him a Grammy nomination. He has written more than 100 songs, notably Say Thank You Dear and Give Her Roses, and Papa, the Old Accordion Band, plus a new version of an old tune, No Beer Today. Walt has performed at Bethlehem's renowned Music Fest since it began in 1984. He hosted Café International, a weekly TV show, performed on cruises, and toured Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. In 1990, Walt was awarded the Austrian Decoration of Merit in Gold for promoting the country's culture. Walt Groller, a lifetime of achievement in polka music.
To present today's first Polka Hall of Fame Lifetime Achievement Award, here is one of our polka scene's youngest band leaders, and a member of and musical arranger for our award show orchestra, Aaron Dusing.
Thank you very much, everyone. Hvala lepa. You know, back in August, I had the distinct privilege of spending time with this very, very special man near his home in eastern Pennsylvania. And when my band was touring out that way, I went to a house party at the home of Elise Deal, one of his great friends. And we jammed together, we sang together, we talked about old times, and there must have been 70 people there. And to see the heart that these people had for this man was just touched my heart. And he was always my idol growing up, one of the greats in the German field. He wrote so many great numbers, and his songs will always be played for years to come. And I'm now honored to call him one of my great friends. It is an honor, ladies and gentlemen, for me to present to you Mr. Walt Groller.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry that I have to come on stage like this, but after going down 28 steps and coming up 28 steps last night, I need a cane. You know who did that last night? Some of you did it. It's good exercise, but anyhow, I was a little trouble walking. It's an honor for me to be here this evening for this great Slovenian group, because I always enjoyed Slovenian music, playing Slovenian music, because it has such a beautiful melody to it. Not only that, but my parents, they were born in Austria, in the Burgenland, and of course the Burgenland is border Slovenia. So the music is kind of the same. I had an accordion when I was 4 years old. I left it outside. It rained and fell apart. But my father bought me a new one. So I'm very happy to be here. And with Aaron, such a talented gentleman. He's the guy that brought me here this evening. And it's an honor to be here.
Well, what we're going to do is say thank you, dear, and give her roses. Here is Aaron Dusing and the Award Show Orchestra with new Lifetime Achiever Walt Groller on vocals.
Man, listen to the vocals. Listen to the words, and say thank you, dear, and give her roses. She'll understand and love you more each day. Say thank all she's done in every way. Have you ever thought of this when your wife's blue? Just think of the things she does, they're all for you. She'll always be by your side, she'll be your guide. So you must let her know just what you feel inside. Say thank you, dear, and give her roses. She'll understand and love you more each day. Say thank you, dear, and give her roses for all she's done in every way. Each day seems to pass her by, and nighttime too. And sometimes we wonder why she sticks by you. Her day's work is never done, the years go by. But if you think of it, the song is worth a try. Everybody say thank you, dear, and give her roses. She'll understand and love you more each day.
Angeles, polka promoter and radio host. Don Slogar, band leader and accordionist. They were all on the Trustees Honor Roll and will always be on the Trustees Honor Roll. Lost this year, Ron Ostalash, longtime accordionist with Del Cinchep, also played with the Casuals for a few years. Joe Banich, one of the Hawville Slickers from Indianapolis. Doris Day, who sang on recordings with Frankie. Janis Lentz, one of the longtime singers with Loisa. Ray Dorschner, Wisconsin band leader. Ralph Janetz played guitar and banjo for Jack Taddy. Lou Kashurshnik played guitar for Don Ost, Joe White, and Art Turco. Steve Kuchensky, one of Frank Yankovic, Pennsylvania-based accordionists. Henry Muck, saxophonist with the Al Battistelli Orchestra. Lou Novak, the famous Dr. Slivo from SMPJ Farm and the National Board. Fornika Pojek, a Slovenian songwriter who worked with Oasis Rock. Ron Setnikar, founder of the Minnesota Button Box Showcase. Tony Spendall, button boxer with Zeke and Charlie. Charlie Tomaszek, Canadian accordionist and promoter. Ray Zabak, saxophonist with the Eddie Stanfield Orchestra. Joe Weber, Pennsylvania band leader and accordionist. And Ronnie Kazmarek, my partner on Saturday morning polkas, casual time polkas. Rest in peace, guys. Here's the Vandal Tribute Band.
I was driving through the town on a Sunday afternoon, and all I had left was $1. I stopped and drew
one more addition to the Trustees Honor Roll. Actually, it's 3 in 1. Here is a familiar host from 31 of our 32 annual award shows from WINT Radio, Ray Samich.
Hey everybody, good to be back with you. Before we let these guys go off stage, we announced them as the Bad Milk Tribute Band, but you probably know who they are, but we should exactly tell you who they are, because we especially have two brothers here. We have Jeff and Tony Fortuna, part of that group here today. Okay. All right, I apologize for family members here. And we have another set of brothers with Danny Watella, and you'll meet his other brothers shortly because they're going to be back here later on for introducing one of our annual awards. And we have Hank Gazelle here on the stand-up bass. The Fortunas at the end. What do we got? Father and son. Wow. Dad, you're looking pretty good there, Dad. Well, I stand corrected. You know, I've made about 827 mistakes over the 31 years, so now it's 828. But let's also recognize that this was our second all-time hit for our 2019 season. So No Beer Today was what you all voted as our lifetime hit for this year, performed by the Bad Milk Tribute Band, the Fortunas, Father, Son, whatever they are, Danny and Hank. Let's hear it for them one more time, please. And the drummer,
Stand up, Larry!
Larry Sintek, back there on the drums. Larry, thank you so much.
Tony's internationally recognized radio program featured Cleveland style and Slovenian folk music, interviews with civic, travel, and entertainment personalities. Tony interviewed many polka music leaders locally, nationally, and internationally. Tony taped conversations with two presidents of Slovenia and national news correspondents here in the United States. Tony was a former partner and vice president at the long-established Calendar World Travel. In 1967, Tony originated the concept of the Polka Tour and as a result arranged and was the co-host to thousands of travelers who saw the world accompanied by polka bands from across the country. Tours through all of Europe, South America, the Caribbean, Alaska, Hawaii, and even Australia were guided by America's polka ambassador, Tony Pekosik. Tony established a core volunteer booster group, the Cleveland Slovenian Radio Club, which headed up many community projects, raising thousands of dollars through radiothons. In 1963, Thanksgiving became a polka holiday.